We would like to see most of the human race killed off because it is unworthy. It is unworthy of the gift of life.
I don't care what society thinks. They're nothing anyway. They're no better than me.
Until we hear the safe word, we will not stop.
Have you ever thought what it would be like to see a person's head amputated? Think of things so horrible that the human mind cannot imagine them. See all this and more when you see on stage, in person, that crazy mix-up.
I like being set apart from people. I like to be hated.
Safe Word with Jason Rouse.
You're good.
I feel good.
Do you feel good about yourself?
Great.
I appreciate you coming here, and
Appreciate being here. Thank you for having me.
you know me for years. A lot of people are, after the fact, they're like, I was so scared to come over here. Oh, you got a Swatch?
Fuck yeah.
Dude, I've got one that I stole from Eastgate Square. The one, the white face one like that with the black X on it.
Yeah.
And it's in a box at my mother's.
They're great.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
Hold up. I got a couple of them.
Unfortunately, I need bigger numbers now.
Yeah. This thing's useless.
No glasses for you?
Yeah, I just don't wear them enough.
Okay.
If I'm fishing, I have to wear them.
We're going to... how's that? You're going to just talk into that, and you'll be good. And let's see. I'm going to do this. Provocative.
There we go.
Oh, look, more black.
Layers upon layers.
My friend Boomer, I was staying at his place in Toronto in between tours, and I had my suitcase open, and I'm trying to find something and looking in my suitcase, it's just layers of black and a toothbrush. And we're in a rush to go somewhere, and he goes, hey, man. No, he goes, hey, no, first of all, he goes, hey, Chris Angel, what are you looking for? Fucking, you got enough skulls on. Let's get the fuck out of here. And that hurt my feelings. It was very mean.
Truth hurts, but yeah.
He said it right to my back. I couldn't even look him in the eye. But I did get him back. He shit in a jar and left it in my carry-on before I was getting ready to go to the airport.
Nice.
But I know this scumbag well enough that I unpacked everything and repacked. And just as I was getting ready to throw my carry-on on my shoulder, I'm like, fuck. Open it up. Sure enough, a shit jar.
Dookie, yeah.
I open it up. There's a coiler in it. So I'm like, fuck this guy. He's not home.
Oh, no.
So I looked around his apartment, kind of like, where am I going to stash this little Hershey's Kiss he left me? And I remember his desk was right beside his bed, which was 2 mattresses on the floor next to some IKEA desk. And beside the printer next to the wall in the corner of the bed, conveniently sitting right next to the heater. Oh. I took the jar and I slid it down the paper tube, because it had dust on it. I knew he didn't clean. And I left it next to the heater in the tube next to his pillow on his bed for over a year.
Oh, God. What do you mean over a year? Didn't find it? Like you didn't sniff it out? Me,
my girlfriend's going crazy. Where's the shit jar?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
So finally, I remember being at his house literally like a year and a half later, and I go, you want to know where the shit jar is? And I walked him over next to his pillow, and I pointed down, and I go, there it is. And it was just, it had been cooked to ash in this shit jar. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Safe Word Podcast. My guest on the show, AJ, I want to say Bullivant.
Yep. Nailed it.
But is it the same spelling as the car? Or am I dumb?
Like Beaumont? No.
It's Beaumont.
It's Bullivant.
Yeah, you're Bullivant. Yeah. There's a hard V in it.
There's a hard V, yeah.
And where's Grandma and Grandpa from?
It's English, but I think there's like a a dose of French pillage in there.
I thought that's the Bullivant, yeah.
Bullivant, yeah.
It could be.
Yeah.
I was, Rouse, people always assumed German, but with a little Google thing, apparently there's some Frenchy.
Yeah.
Hey, what a weird thing. A bunch of French Canadians.
Weird.
Oddly enough.
What do you know?
Hey, if you got a last name that is French, shouldn't you be able to get into a strip club for free in Montreal?
I know that's the policy.
We're doing our part.
Sudbury for sure. I don't know about Montreal.
No, Montreal is one of my favorite cities to be in the summer. Not a nice place to be, but fuck all that.
Yeah, I'm not there.
We're here in Austin, Texas, and you have nothing to do with stand-up comedy.
Nothing.
Thanks for.
I'm a fan, big fan.
Yeah, you're a huge fan of comedy.
I am. Yeah.
I do remember that distinctly when we'd first met in the summer of probably '88 or '89. That you were always joking around. You didn't really take life too serious.
No,
I never really see you bummed out.
No, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, you're not a bummer.
Happiness is a choice, and I choose to be happy. Yeah,
totally. But growing up in Hamilton, you're giving more reasons than not to be a miserable fuck.
True, more than most.
Those guys didn't make it to the interview.
No,
they did not.
They're not coming. No pop guests. No surprise.
Well, let's explain 1988. This isn't Hamilton, by the way. This is a whole nother animal. This is Stony Creek, Ontario.
A suburb of Hamilton.
Yeah, which more or less was an orchard with some factories. Was Edie Smith, was that more Grimsby?
That was kind of where Winona, like that was the heartbeat of Winona was Edie
the Greenbelt.
Smith. Yeah, yes.
Which ended up in being everything along that Greenbelt from, it would be like a steel mill and then like a packing company.
Right.
Steel mill, packing. Cornfields. We grew up in a part of Canada where there was orchards and farmland up until probably the last 20 years, and when the high school started getting turned into housing projects and places that we were institutions, the Stony Creek Dairy.
Yeah, it's an old age home now.
How I know it's weird.
Terrible.
All the people who ate there and got sick from
now are being cared for.
Yeah, now they're on IVs.
New staff, just to roll
with colonics from bad dairy infections. Unfortunately, a lot of these kind of landmark things. But when you live for 50 years, you get to see things kind of come and go. Mm-hmm. And I've seen a bunch of stuff come and go. 80, probably you were probably skating up until what, 91?
Yeah, probably around there.
I remember
we gave a shit about it for sure up until about
Remember when that guy broke his wrist on the ramp?
Yes.
That Herman guy?
Yeah.
I can't believe I'm having a fast. Yeah, we sat and watched that.
Watch that happen.
And he had a cigarette still in his broken hand. Remember? He broke his wrist. We all heard it snap. It was
just wedged in there, that cigarette.
Yeah.
Was mangled.
And his wrist was turned around backwards. We'd set up some curbs and launch ramps and stuff. And this ramp was, it had a bit of a pitch to it. Yeah. Not easy to get over. And like every shithead, give me that skateboard, kid. I'll show you how to do this. And they're like, there you go, sir. Yeah. And he went up and literally just flattened out and put his arm back and snapped his wrist. And it was a good day for the village. Because I think I vaguely remember some bullies in Hamilton that were just unavoidable. Yeah, unavoidable. And to see somebody like that get
notched down,
crippled, yeah. There
was some karma going on for sure, but still.
You started to disappear on fishing trips when we were going skateboarding.
That's right.
I remember
fishing took over
vaguely. Fuck this. I'm going fishing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm creeping up on my 20s, and I don't think this is going to be a real career move for me as a professional skateboarder.
The pro skateboard circuit was really knocking my door down, so it was time to pick up another passion.
What was it like? What was how did you see skateboarding?
How did I see it?
Yeah.
Well, when we were kids, like skateboarding was everything.
Yeah, was it in a magazine or?
That's a good question. I think I remember like I was just like I got a board and like I was
Everyone had
riding
a banana
around,
board
right,
in the
exactly.
garage that was 20
But
years
then, like,
old.
Tony Hawk came into town.
Yeah.
He was a kid.
Yeah.
And they had this stupid rinky-dink vert ramp set up in the middle of, Cops Coliseum.
Was
And
that for Street Slam City Jam? Or
I thought it was
Street City or
Street Wave?
Street Wave?
Street Wave.
Yeah,
That's
I think we all might. Well, first of all, we all ended up there.
Probably.
And there was bands playing. I remember Tom Boyle was a vert skater there. And
you remember so much more of this than I do.
I've never even thought about it, but seeing you is transports me back to these places. I can barely remember phone numbers and anything. So,
but that was really the launch for me. Like once I saw what I guess could be done at the time on the skateboard, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, they even had a Flatland guy there.
Yeah.
I remember that.
It was.
Was it Chris Miller and Tom Boyle? I don't know. There was they had a vert ramp there.
Yeah, they had a handful of guys.
But you were skating before that.
Yeah, but not like.
Yeah, that was like the business had come to the city.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was like the
that
first
was the
time
eye opener.
Metallica played, and I was at that. Well, first concert I went to was
Cops
88. And
Same venue. That's great.
Same venue. That's the only place you really saw anything great. Not a lot of us were in the art gallery, but we were skating around it.
On top of it, yeah.
That was huge. That was massive because it was like a sportsman show, but for skateboarding.
Yeah.
So all these independent skate shops
And
from
I
all
didn't
over.
realize like how, I guess, mainstream. I guess things had become and things were becoming.
Yeah. Commercials, you start to see these pros show up in various advertisements.
Police Academy 4.
Yeah, I know.
That was huge.
We freaked out.
That was filmed in Toronto, and I was like, wow, these guys are here. This is crazy.
Yeah, no, it was, there was a lot of cool kind of stuff going on, and
skateboarding was easy. Like the tricks were easy back then. And it was the 80s, man. Tricks were simple.
That 8th Street video came out and just changed everything. We were just like, how do you even do that? Now you've learned a trick and you're doing it backwards and revealing it.
Oh my God. Skateboarding is so technical now. I couldn't even imagine getting into it.
Yeah, and especially you've come
I'll still
across
bust the board out and go for a ride. But if you think I'm doing tricks, there's no way.
How long do you think it'd take you to recover falling down a flight of stairs on a skateboard?
48 years old, forget it. Oh my God.
It's terrible, right?
I'd still be there tomorrow.
It's like someone throwing a table of glasses down a flight of stairs.
Yeah, exactly. Mr. Glass, down he goes.
It's not I had the Super Center in Hamilton, the grocery store. I was skating. They had a spine ramp under there, and maybe a 2-foot spine with double coping on it, and underground parking, and I tried to transfer on it, and I hung up and hyperextended my right arm, and
I remember you wearing that elbow pad forever.
Yes, I still have screws and plates in here, so I've gotten the doctors at the time, because it was a compound fracture, and where I'd fallen, lime dust, which turns into gangrene very quickly.
Oh, wicked.
Yeah, I know. I was like,
God.
3 breaks, and the bones pushed out the back, and my mother's crying because she's signing a release form that they might have to remove the arm because the break's so bad. Yeah.
Like she doesn't have enough problems.
No, and they couldn't give me, I've been eating hot dogs from 7-Eleven and pounding super big gulps, and I couldn't remember the last time I'd eaten. So
like
they gave me no
something.
painkillers for an hour. So I just writhed with my arm in a shape of an S on a board.
My God.
It was awful, but no regrets. That whole thing, which I'm building out, because what was going on in Stony Creek, you got to figure the environment wasn't really skateboard friendly.
No, we got kicked out everywhere. Kicked out of everywhere.
Yeah, skateboarding is not a crime. Came out of Hamilton.
Still got the T-shirt. Yeah.
Do you really?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Classic.
Skates.
Public enemy #1 were skateboarders and BMX kids in the city. Were the outlaw motorcycle gangs of the time.
We were bringing them in.
We had an army of terrorists, right? Our friends from all various social circles and there were some really fucked up kids.
Yeah, for sure.
You go downtown.
Some pretty normal
Hamilton,
kids too, like some pretty
kids from good families.
Right.
A lot of those guys didn't do so well.
No. Most of them, I would say.
I think all the majority of kids that had come from upper middle class families and stuff were the people that had money for drugs.
Yeah, maybe that's.
I think that's. I think living in poverty and being in the fringe of society, you couldn't be more marginalized than being a skateboarder in Hamilton in the 80s.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say poverty is really where I came from.
Yeah.
But I wasn't upper middle class like you're saying.
No.
Like these.
I grew up on Kenora Avenue.
Yes. No. Yeah. Exactly. I grew up in Gateshead.
Yeah.
And like
you looked wealthy.
Yeah.
From people from Kenora.
But like when my parents were together before we moved to Gateshead, because that's where single mothers go with their kids. Is Gateshead Crescent. Well, certainly in the 80s.
Yeah.
So
it's totally true.
Yeah. Totally. So when
there's a documentary called Single Moms in the 80s. Single Moms
from the Gator. So Gateshead Crescent was filled with that, and quite frankly, when my parents were together, my dad was like, I don't want you hanging out over there. Like, he thought that was the other side of the track.
Yeah.
Moved there, loved it. It was great. It was kids everywhere, and like I say, single moms everywhere in our survey, anyway, in our area. So it was great.
Maybe you should have been more around, you fucking asshole. I would be here in the compound.
Pricks like you.
I'm hanging out with kids from Kenora. You shut your mouth.
Oh, God damn it. But that's what I mean. Like,
yeah.
I'm sure you got tons of great memories growing up in Kenora, but that's different than Gateshead Crescent. Yeah. And Gateshead Crescent is different than Ancaster and everything else,
I think because there was... Gateshead had, like, better housing areas around. They were grading. And Kenora was, like, close, but the surrounding areas were even worse. Yeah. Those apartments.
Well, you're right down in the heart of it, too. Right? Yeah. Like, you're right down...
That Centennial Parkway, right down the Barton.
Yeah.
That corner there, all the way up to Highway 8 and Battlefield there, it's... and then yet you go on the other side of Battlefield Park, it's beautiful, beautiful heritage homes and where Canada beat up the U.S.
Yeah,
right?
That's right. The War of 1812 that happened in 1813.
The Americans really don't like the idea of me telling them that we burned down the White House.
It's historically correct. Yeah. But I can see why it might rub them.
Yeah. They think we've been so uncombative, the peacekeepers, but there was a time.
Oh yeah, there was
that hockey players put down and picked up muskets.
Yeah.
I can't even. Can you imagine?
We defended our borders.
What the conversations were like from a bunch of Canadians getting ready to fight the Americans. The accents alone must have been horrendous. But
French Canadian and
I leave
Scottish.
I leave Hamilton in '93.
Has it been that long?
Yeah. I left and moved to Vancouver in 93.
Wow.
And to 96 I was there.
Yeah.
So 89. So what were you got married in like
I got married in 99.
99.
Yeah.
And between 93 and 2000, what was going on there? You got a job and a real life.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, there was a job. There was a real life thing going on.
Yeah.
I worked in Big Shock. A guy from Hamilton worked in a steel mill for a little while there.
Yeah.
I worked for my family business for quite a while.
I think that's what I remember. What was that?
It's health and safety, like
health
training,
and safety,
things like that. Yeah. Bullivant Health and Safety.
Okay.
So I just recently got out of that.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I kicked around a few different jobs. Like early, I had 1,000 different jobs. I bet. I worked for Hostess.
What was the job once you had the first child? Because that's a different.
That was the family business. That was the family business.
When you had your baby, you walked from the family business?
Yeah, I was working. No, I was working for the family business and continued in that industry since then.
Yeah.
Just recently, I got out of it.
So what's the gear change now? Because
midlife crisis, probably.
Yeah. You got a good attitude about it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people still at home with their heads under their pillows, thinking that their lives are over.
Right.
And I think
it was a good time to move.
Yeah, I think this is a great time for everyone to move.
Yeah.
Not only physically but mentally.
Yeah.
And
You've made
great,
a move here for sure. This is a great move.
This has definitely been this whole move to Austin, Texas it's just great.
Yeah.
As you've seen.
Like, I haven't heard you say, and we've talked quite a bit because we've been planning this trip out, and we've been
maybe 8 months, maybe even a year.
Well, COVID fucked everything, but like we've been shooting the shit quite a bit, and I haven't heard you say a negative thing about the place. And like coming from LA, I can imagine you had some negative things to say in the past. Is all.
Yeah, but I was purposely in the eye of the tornado. You know, I could have moved to California, moved to San Diego from 100 feet from the beach. But it wasn't, I wasn't looking for a holiday.
No,
I wanted to get into the front lines.
That's right.
I wanted to see where all the fire was coming from.
That here. Yeah.
And LA and New York and London, England were only the Hollywood, New York, and London is the only really 3 Ivy League places. I don't know. I consider London, England, and New York City as the 2 Ivy League universities.
Epicenter,
you go to Hollywood after graduation, and after going through as many countries as I could, well, my green card was starting to take some traction. Moving to Los Angeles was like traumatizing.
Yeah.
I got ADD. I just heard a squirrel run past.
Did you? Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I saw that. I lost you for a second. I didn't know what was going on. I thought you had a stroke.
I need to talk to my
Jesus
sponsors.
I thought you saw Jesus. I didn't know what was going on. Finally.
Whoa, that was a big one. You better finish that.
Yeah, that sounded like a good one.
That was good. I should be coughing more. Absolute extracts, by the way. Check them out. They work.
Yep.
You're fitting into Texas like seamlessly. Did they even detect an accent? They're polite here.
They don't. They really haven't.
In New York and LA or places I've been there, they quickly. Oh, I heard you say "hey." Mm-hmm. You've had none of that here.
I not once. Honestly, God, like we were out with Texans last night, and you know, and you're from Canada. That was it. That was it. And then they'd ask me questions about what things are like in Canada. They were polite and nice and happy to talk about stuff, but they did not once say, "Oh, you say hey." Like if you go to Manhattan or something like that, they're on you. Yes, and I think here. I think there's so many people here just trying to keep it cool that they don't really find the need to pick teams. Mm-hmm. Oh, you're from there. Well, this is what we do here. Mm-hmm. It's more like, you got to check out some of the stuff that we do. Yeah, they're kind of like there's a lot of state pride here. Like I've never seen before. It's wild. They think Canadians are nice. Oh, we are. You think? Well, maybe not all of us. But I think as a Canadian species, we're pretty nice people. I don't think. I do. I think we are. I think generally we are nice. I mean, I think generally everybody's nice. I think, yeah. Look, I'm not speaking, maybe I surround myself with a bunch of assholes from Canada. Maybe I pick all the shitheads. Well, yeah, there's certain regions where maybe nice goes out the ass, but I think we're pretty nice. You think? I do. I wanted to think that until I moved here. I think it's all the please and thank yous, which maybe throws a smoke screen out there that maybe we're not nice. We just, okay, I get where you're going. Look, I'm embarrassed too. I'm embarrassed. I think I'm pretty nice. I'm a pretty nice guy. You are totally. See? Totally nice. I think I've never seen you blow your top. I have seen you throw your board. Yeah. Because I think something broke. Yeah. Or I probably just sucked. The truck cracked, and now these my fun is over. The axles are showing, and I just got them ground right. They just looked right, and now they're turning. They're fucked. I don't think we're nice. No, I can see what you're saying. I think it's acting. I think what's happened is over the generations, it's dissipated, and now it's become a parody of once. I think Canadians were super nice at one time. Yeah, but I think this southernness. Hospitality is more genuine. Yeah, I can see that.
I've had, first of all, just me and how people have treated me here, the general public. I get a very different, I still get women shrieking when I turn the corner. That I can never get rid of that. And that's actually become a bit of a problem. I have to make noises when I approach people.
Oh yeah, you don't want
or I don't even know, like AJ's wife is here. I don't know. I keep looking to her as some sort of feminine reference of like, am I okay, lady? I've been.
He gives off that vibe though. Yeah, she knows it.
But I'm not. I'm not. I would.
I think it's because you're so white and pale against the black of everything you're wearing. It's a lot to take in.
Yeah, but the darkness is there just to blend in.
Oh, the darkness is there, and they know that.
There. Is that what it is?
Maybe.
It's my corpse-like face.
I think that's part of it.
Are you telling me that this doesn't look good?
Yeah, if this comes running at you down a fucking trail, come on.
I've had that because I do run a lot.
I know.
In Hamilton, because of COVID, I went back, and I'd never lived in Hamilton since '93.
Right.
So
we got together for ice cream.
That's right. We did go for ice.
What a walk that was.
I know. We went for ice.
Oh my God.
I had a ice cream.
That was a wake-up call for me, by the way, about my hometown.
Oh, really?
Like, I hadn't gone for a walk like that.
Yeah. Well, it's dangerous. It's fucking dangerous. It's dangerous. That's why. Why would you? When you were a kid, you were constantly risking your well-being.
Yeah.
That was called fun.
Yes.
Almost. Oh my God.
It was also called running out of bus fare. Like, I'd have to skateboard home through the fucking bowels of hell to get to Stony Creek.
It was a Mad Max movie.
Yeah. With no script.
You could easily get hit with a beer bottle from a moving car just for being on a skateboard.
Yeah.
But anyway, yes,
Why
I
we
do.
Hated so much? What was it about skateboarders?
Because there was factions of this skateboarding tribe. Like, look at the kids downtown were way more feral.
Yeah.
There was, the Stony Creek kids there was probably 6. Do you want to name them?
Yeah, we
Fox,
can go through it pretty quick. Yeah.
Hick,
me,
Greg, McGrath, and other Greg,
Briscoe.
He
was up the hill though. He was Mount Hope, wasn't he?
No, he lived over from Gateshead, I think. No, yes, because I remember I used to skate from my Millen on Margaret Avenue. I used to skate to his house on the other side of the church. I don't know. If you never see this, he's cursing us right now.
Probably.
Like, you don't even know. And I made piano fingers. I know he plays piano.
Yeah.
But there was a half a dozen kids, and very few of those kids would venture downtown. You were really going into almost enemy territory.
Yeah.
You had to know someone. And fortunately, I grew up with a lot of those crazy kids that were feral, and I witnessed, when I saw the movie Kids come out, I was like, that's okay, but I think we did it a little better.
Way better,
right?
Oh fuck.
Have you seen the movie Gummo?
I haven't. I've heard nothing but horror stories about it, and I don't want to see it. I hear it changes your head.
It's kind of like Trailer Park Boys with no laughs.
Yeah.
There's a lot of inbreeding.
I've heard about
stuff.
Yes, that's the part.
That in Kids and the movie Thrashing was kind of the Hamilton thing, but then there was you had a lot of first, second generation immigrants with kids that felt. They didn't have a sense of history. So they were in between growing up in Canada and their family speaking their native tongue in the house. Mm-hmm. There was multiple times. In fact, friends of mine, we would use the slang from Polish to Italian to that to communicate. Serbian, Croatian, all that.
Serbian,
so
Croatian community.
I would be speaking 6 different languages, but it was mostly swear words and drugs. We'd go and rob the 7-Elevens. And we'd speak in various slangs and stuff and the teller didn't know what was going on.
Just tip them off.
Do you know there's a nationwide ban in Hamilton because of a incident?
A nationwide ban in Hamilton?
Because of Hamilton and some friends.
Yeah.
They blew up the store on fire. There's a nationwide ban on fireworks in Hamilton. Because of the Hamilton, my friend flicked a cigarette butt into a fireworks display.
Well, they've changed that because there's
Is there fireworks are back?
Oh fuck, there's fireworks
really?
everywhere. Yeah.
To what degree, though? We talking like
fireworks stores.
Really?
Oh yeah, they pop up.
Well, fuck, I've been out of the mix for a bit, but they did shut down
1900s.
fireworks across country. There was a nationwide ban. Maybe it only lasted a couple of years, but there was a lot of Beasley Park, which was technically a kid's wading pool.
Yeah, I remember going there in the summer and waiting for
with
the
slides.
ratty kids to get out of that fucking mud puddle.
Yeah, they come down there. There was kids down there washing their clothes.
just coming for a piss.
That thing. Most of that was urine.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
In downtown Hamilton, on concrete, it was a crazy. I witnessed multiple. I lost my virginity there.
No.
Well, not in there, but a girl I'd met at Beasley.
No. Oh, okay.
And
So
when
you
I say I
picked up
lost,
a chick.
it was taken from me.
Yeah.
That's how they
Forceful.
girls. Yeah. She attacked. Not attacked. I was just foolish. I thought I was being showed to a restroom.
Oh, I bet.
And she yanked me into her bedroom. I still had to piss.
That's the worst, eh?
And she's putting a
little
power move.
courtesy.
I'm trying not to shit down my leg because I smell of a woman on me for first time in my life.
Oh, you
And I remember
Didn't know it hit you?
it was a dishwasher at the the Pine Tree down on Centennial.
Yeah. You were?
Yeah. I was a
Nice.
dishwasher there.
What did that job pay?
I think it was like $3.75 an hour or something.
Great. That's great.
Is it good?
When you started at Arby's, you were $3.85 an hour, $3.70 an hour.
Yeah, I think it's
what the
75.
fuck is the point of going?
Yeah.
For
No.
3-hour shifts.
No.
3-hour shifts.
I won't even walk into a club unless it's $1,000
like,
for me to talk.
yeah. I'm blown away by that.
No, it's hey, you know what? It was the only real structure I had in my life was a job. And
But sorry, you were saying you were at the Pine Tree. You were working at the Pine Tree.
I remember a breakfast rush.
Oh, yeah.
I was there in the morning during the peak of it, and just kind of going, "Fuck! Someone fucked me. I got fucked." And I couldn't tell anybody, and I'm just there washing dishes, and I felt like,
Why couldn't you tell anybody?
who was I going to tell? My friends?
Cook? I don't know.
No, because my friends didn't know that I had sex with her, and they would have.
Judged you.
We all would have
You'd have been
judged. I
judged.
judged
one
myself.
Of those, Betty's. I gotcha.
Yeah,
Oh.
Ginger.
Oh,
Hey, some of them were good.
I know it.
Not
I know
this
it.
one. No,
I know it.
I don't know. It was a long time ago.
The ginger.
Yeah,
I love it.
To this
I love
day.
that you busted your virginity to a
soulless
soul
redhead.
Stealing. That's what
Yeah.
happened.
she took.
Stole
That's what
your
it had. She stole
soul.
some of my soul. Maybe this explains my whole comedy
Everything.
career. Is that what it is? Because I was a nice kid up until I got fucked.
Absolutely enlightening. This moment right
Yeah.
here.
I think it's the weed pen. Oh, and those 100 milligrams are kicking in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, my eyes starting to wander.
Bud,
I get cross-eyed.
I'm holding it together by a thread right now.
Well, yeah, I can
Yeah,
see.
hit it.
Your whole. You never quit drinking.
Not once.
No.
No. Why should I? Is
No,
that
no,
what you're
no,
saying?
no,
Oh,
no,
okay.
no. It's just an intervention. Finally, let's put the
Jesus,
mic-
that's where we're going.
No, but for somebody who's been consistently drinking, you haven't fallen apart.
I'm doing okay. Wow. Behind every great man.
You're not
Pretty
falling
solid
apart.
trick.
You're
No,
fine.
I'm fine. I'm doing okay. No, I'm all right.
But you got your knees aren't blown out.
No.
No blown out back. The hunting. That's
That
what
helps.
that's
Totally.
what helped.
Absolutely.
You know, probably a few of those trips where the previous season you weren't that active, and then when you show up and you start
My first moose hunt, I was
Yeah.
being outwalked by a 75-year-old man, and it was like a wake up call. Holy shit!
yeah, you
Take
there's-
care of yourself.
There's no, and you don't want to embarrass yourself.
No,
This
ever.
is the front line with the boys.
Everybody's got a shred of pride. Like you're gonna.
and it's shut up about it if you hurt yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't
Suck
bleed
it up.
over here.
Lick it at
I'm
night.
trying to take a shot.
Yeah.
So you fish from the early 90s to today.
Yeah.
How deep was your fishing? Were you going out west on Campbell River salmon fishing?
No. I've never really done too much exotic stuff. Most of my fishing's been
Campbell River's exotic.
Well,
Florida
no,
might
like
be exotic.
Florida,
Yeah.
I've been fishing in Mexico.
Oh, yeah?
But I've never made trips based on fishing.
Okay.
Other than like summer weekend trips or a week with my uncle or whatever.
Yeah.
Which we do from time to time, as you know.
Is he still alive, your uncle?
Yeah, he is. I still fish with him every year.
That same uncle from...
Same uncle.
Because that's who I think you used to go fish with two dudes from your family.
The guys that you met with me in Hagersville. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah.
You showed up at some legendary poor shit. Yeah. You've
shitty, but great guys, great, outstanding people. Met great people through hunting.
You get to know, because look, when I go on the road, I'm stuck with the same couple of guys sometimes. I pick them most times, but even some of your best of friends, and this is going to get to my point, is that you can tell a lot about your relationship with somebody when you put them in nature and problem solving, who's I don't know.
Challenge them a bit.
Yeah, and people start to find out, listen, like a lot of your bullshit kind of falls by the wayside when you might die of exposure.
Yeah, for sure.
You could break your leg.
Yeah.
And you got to realize that these two other guys, if you're lucky, might have to build some sort of sled to pull you down because no one's got a phone.
If they respect you enough to do it.
Or just put dirt on you and go, we knew it was going to be you.
We'll send a dog for you.
Fucking St. Bernard with a whiskey bottle.
Thank God he's here.
Yeah.
Give me that bottle.
It's just got gravy in it. I'll take it. It's hot. No, it's what is your worst case scenario on an outdoors trip?
How do you mean? Like what's my biggest fear?
Yeah, like somebody shooting you by mistake?
No, getting lost without a question is my biggest fear.
Even with a compass?
Out there. Yeah, like that's why you have but you can lose a compass. You can break a compass. Things happen out there. That's like you lose things, you stumble, you fall. There's a lot of country, so that's my biggest fear.
Yeah.
Where we hunt, I've got some confidence because like as long as you know where north is,
and the sun sets and
like sun from the east to the west, right? But knowing that that's going to be north is going to mean where we hunt.
Sure.
There's a river right there.
Yeah.
Like it's a block. You can't go past it. So that'll get me back to where I'm going eventually. But other than that, it still terrifies me. That's my biggest fear.
Yeah, because it's,
once you're lost, you're fucked.
You spend a lot of time in the city and then you go in the wilderness and you start walking and you're looking at the path. You're like a 2-step and it's, oh shit.
Oh yeah. And like there's no path in most of the country pushing through. So it's terrifying. It is. Yeah.
Because you don't want to be that guy lost in the woods. What a way to go.
And you're gone. Like good luck.
And then the forest just swallows you up.
Yeah.
You get picked over by the animals and then your bones just kind of fade into the dirt. And then you pour lime over the body and cut the hands, head, and feet off so no one can identify it. I'll be selling wallets after the podcast. I've never killed anything. I did commit a murder this morning.
Oh no.
Yeah, I came in a sock.
Oh no.
A whole village was wiped out. I could hear them screaming as I was ringing it over the toilet late for a radio interview. And seeing my reflection.
No survivors, eh? No. Oh,
no, you should hear them hit the water.
I bet.
It sounds like me getting booed off stage.
Flashing for sure.
So we talking on social media. That was a great way because I got to pick and choose reach out to people that I've known for over the last 20 years because there was a period of time where I wasn't even in the country for forever and I lost touch with a lot of people.
You weren't on the continent forever.
No. And I really took advantage of my Canadian passport and the fact that I had a job that I could kind of do. Hey, if anyone speaks English, well, I'll go there. And I really I didn't have any children, or I still don't, unless that soccer ringer at her. Oh, Danny. Ha 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 ha, cannibal.
Oh.
Yeah, I've seen those movies.
Oh.
I've seen a girl drink a punch bowl full of cum.
A punch bowl full?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Kind of parlor trick.
She didn't want to, but I cocked that gun twice. To some drifter at a train station.
I love it.
It wasn't all mine.
Clearly.
I worked at a animal shelter.
Yeah.
And I'd go there in the evening with Squeegee and run it down the tile and get all the horse jack
Sure.
up.
And there's got to be plenty of it there.
Oh, it really burns your eyes when you heat it in a pot.
Salty.
Oh. Have you been on a horse?
Oh, yeah. I used to go to horseback riding camp.
Did you?
Couple
Yeah,
summers,
I went to a couple horseback riding camps.
Yeah.
I enjoy that.
Like, we're not that struggling. We went to horseback riding camp.
No. Well, it was just our parents getting rid of us.
Get the fuck out of here.
Summer camp and that. And
it's the best few $100 they spent that year.
Well, you did go hog hunting.
Yes, I did.
Look at you. I never when we were going back and forth, the people that I follow on social media, I can see people's lifestyles. They're worlds apart.
Yeah.
They've never met. And I'm like, he's doing that kind of thing that this guy does. I'm just going to put these dudes together. I don't know if anything is going to transpire to that, but local comic, Dean, what's his last name? Stanfield,
yeah.
Damn it. I'm like, Dean is doing this, what you were doing, but you were doing it for fun. Hey, you had a couple pictures of some fish and various things, but he had everything from bull riding, hog hunting.
Yeah.
I see him. He's fucking hunting.
He's a local hero.
Birds. Yeah. He's your hero now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Guy does comedy.
Yeah.
Skins a deer in front of an audience.
Going to see him tonight.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
So what happened? You guys, I put the chat group together, and then sure enough, when he put up the hog thing with the price and what was involved, you don't have to pay if you don't shoot. Who throws out a deal like that?
It was like heat scopes, and it was.
Oh, really? It was legit?
Oh, it was like tactical. It was unbelievable.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love
crazy.
it. I'm glad.
Crazy.
I'm glad because that's not a thing that kind of comes across. But again, a lot of the comics are cage fighters, hunters.
Oh yeah,
there's this whole butterfly effect,
eclectic group
that Rogan has kind of cultivated indirectly. People that had skill sets in fields out from the outdoors to professional fighting are now showing their faces in the comedy community. We'd see the Diaz brothers would come down to the Comedy Store with black eyes looking for Joe.
Come on.
And fighters all the time. And anyway, it changed a little bit of the trajectory of it. When you know somebody could either skin you or knock your teeth down your throat.
Either way.
Yeah, it kind of adjusts the equilibrium. I dig it. I'm interested in
like the people I met here, just incredible people. Like
they're friendly folks,
and they all have a great story, and they just soak it in. It's great.
They do have a good social skill. They do appreciate a good conversation.
Yeah.
There's something there. A general curiosity of like, oh, you're probably cool too if you're here. They're they're giving you the benefit of the doubt of the gate,
for sure.
which is a little unnerving because I know it's genuine, but at the same time, it's like
you're not accustomed
consistent.
to it.
It's too consistent.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen that
Must
often.
be real.
It's very real. I've vetted this place. I'd never even stepped into the state of Texas until I got off the plane.
Here,
and there was a lot of fingers crossed to my location, what's going to transpire in this comedy thing. And I got to tell you, Austin, you check all your boxes. And if there's any comics listening to this that are between the ages of 20 and 30 years old with Canadian passports, you are a fucking idiot if you're staying in Canada. You fucking blowing it. You blew it. Get lost.
Yeah, come down.
If you don't got kids and a Canadian passport and you want to do comedy at the top level in North America, maybe even the world, you were at the fucking, try not to be biased here because I am a comic and you were on the guest list, but how fun was the Kill Tony show?
Oh, we had a blast. We laughed.
Right.
And I felt
scandalous.
And I felt bad because like the guest host or guest judge wasn't
His flight
there.
was delayed. Yeah.
So
I almost
they
didn't want to tell you.
They did a lot of heavy lifting, like to pull that show off. They worked their asses off for that. So
and it was killer.
Yeah, I was blown away. We loved it. So yeah, it was a great night and great venue too. Really cool spot.
And
I'll tell you, as a fan, if anybody's listening,
come
down here. Like there's
much to see.
There's so much to see, and it's reasonably seen. It's a great spot. There's so much to do here. The food's incredible. Like
people are not. It's not that expensive, even with the bullshit with the Canadian dollar. I don't know how bad it is now, but it's for the lifestyle and the freedom that you have here. It's worth the exchange rate.
Lives here.
Yeah,
it's incredible. It's
cool.
Yeah,
you had some hardware on those hogs.
Oh yeah.
What was laying on there? I don't know shit.
There's
you said that was a 200-pound hog?
200+ pound hog. Yeah.
And was that a machine gun?
Their AR platform.
Is that what it is?
308 on an AR platform with an infrared scope. So you're just seeing like
eyeballs in the grass.
I swear to God, it's crazy. It's like playing a video game. I was like, this is legal.
Were you really?
Oh yeah, I was blown away.
Oh.
Like you can't hunt like that where I live. They would lock me up and throw away the key. I would never own a gun again. Like you can't do that kind of shit. So like this is kind of a and they need these things gone. Like they're a problem.
It's vermin.
They're a problem. Yeah. So I'm not judging them for it. It's just it's something I'm not at all accustomed to doing. So it was a real
there was no
cool
creeping up.
No, you're fucking driving around a pickup truck. There's a rack on top of the pickup truck, 10 feet tall, with seats on them. No shit. I'm not saying that they drive around with you up there.
Yeah.
But you can go up there.
It's a perch.
And there's a
crow's nest.
Yeah, 2 of them,
Yeah.
2 seats. So you can be looking in 2 different directions.
Tanks have those.
I know. It was nuts.
So you you show up because I knew that he was real about what he was doing from what I'd seen, and but they had some upgrades that you didn't really expect, like the infrared.
Yeah, I mean, I just didn't know what to expect.
Yeah,
and like when we got there, I'm looking at this contraption on this truck. I'm like, this is.
And they didn't. You don't get screened. Like
very rigorous. Yeah, we went through safeties, and we talked about certain protocols and stuff. It wasn't the Wild West.
Yeah,
we weren't just shooting out of.
Yeah, we should stress that.
Yeah, it wasn't
as fun as this sounds.
It wasn't like that
at all. This is a tight professional operation.
Yeah, and I wish I could remember the name of the outfitter, and I feel like a dick for not having it in my head. But
so what does that involve? They're setting you up with camo,
I don't know.
guns?
Dean hooked this whole thing up. Dean Stanfield. He hooked this up for me, and I just showed up at Dean's house. We drove out there, and it was out. I don't know the neighborhood so much. I know it was a little bit west of Fort Worth, but Stevensville, I think.
Okay, I think that sounds familiar. Yeah.
Anyway, that's where we were, and man, it was a great time, and they were great guys. They were super friendly and super helpful. They showed you how everything worked, and they can record your shots. It was wild. It was just a super fun time.
Isn't it cool that the geeks have kind of infiltrated
taken
outdoors
over.
And they've hey, would you like a DVD? I said DVD. That shows, here's
date yourself.
Fuck no.
Laser disc.
I'm definitely so my list for this year is a gun.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people didn't want to hear that.
No,
but I will
want to check with people.
I just want to get the confidence to shoot somebody.
Yeah,
that's all I'm getting it for.
Jesus.
I'm gonna get a decent handgun. There's so many gun nuts here.
I know
that I can go into a handful of stores.
Well, actually, I was hearing last night talking to these guys. They have shows and the trade shows and stuff. So that's a good place to go for a big resource of different stuff. See, man, it's enlightening just being down here with these people. They're great people.
What Macaulay Culkin face would you have walking into a gun flea market?
Oh my God.
Right, when they're just on the table, they're kind of falling off. There's a bag of hand grenades,
bullets just raining down on you. Can't find.
Well, I told you, I'd only been in the city for a couple months, and oddly enough, had a gig at a gun store. And as a thank you to the attendees, they got a box of bullets.
That's amazing prize.
And my friend said it's not cheap for a rack of bullets.
No, that's good. That's a great prize.
Yeah, everybody was very happy.
I bet.
They're real bullets too. I had
What would happen what would happen if you did that at home, like in Hamilton, Ontario? Just give people bullets.
Dude, I'm thinking about coming back to do that. You know what I mean? I need some press. The papers won't even take my calls anymore in Hamilton. You know, that's the only place I do not get any press. Yeah. There was a journalist that the entertainment section of the Hamilton Spectator. I wish I could remember.
Maybe you should
Doug
stop
Foley?
talking
Was it
so
Doug
much
Foley?
shit about Hamilton.
I talk a lot of shit, man. I'm a fucking escapee.
I agree with
I have
all
a
the
right.
shit you talk.
I have a right. Look at fucking Ottawa and Barton, Kenora Avenue.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a
familiar with their
heavy.
work.
Went to Parkview for Christ's
Yeah.
sakes.
Yeah.
Luckily, I was so dumb that I couldn't get a job in a fucking steel mill.
Oh, hallelujah.
My friends would get work there, and they're barely high school educated, but they always were fucking. I'm like, I'm making $30 an hour.
How do you blame them?
I'm like, you're 25.
Yeah.
Their bodies were in like coke ovens and very, you could see the writing was on the wall, but they were.
It'll age you. That kind
before
of
you're 30 and you just everything got blown.
Yeah.
Blown.
It's pretty busy down there now again. It's really busy down there.
My brother's
now.
working at DeFasco.
Yeah.
Some shipping.
Well, my dad worked there.
Yeah.
Michelle's dad worked there.
My grandfather was a foreman there, all like steel car guys, DeFasco.
Man. Everybody worked there.
Stelco.
Yeah.
But
one or the other.
Most of my family, I think, with the exception of the railroad part of it, no, it was DeFasco. DeFasco has a rail part of it. But I would look at that factory.
Should I grab that beer out of the fridge before it
You
freezes?
should totally get that beer out of the fridge.
Fuck, that's a
And grab me one of those Jolly Ranchers and we'll wrap this up.
All right.
Day 37. I should tell you I have a show coming. No, I'm doing a show on Thursday at the Vulcan Gas Company, and I'm starting another movie project. I'm going to be in another film that I really can't talk about, not because it's anyway, that will be filmed here in Austin, oddly enough. I was planning to go to Canada in the spring, but that is not going to happen until probably August, I think. I'm going to take some some of the cool Texan comics that I've met here, I'm going to bring them to Hagersville.
Nice.
Actually, the guy you saw with us in Hagersville, that's Margaret Cho's boyfriend, Rocco.
No.
That's who's dating Margaret Cho. I couldn't remember. We talked about how high you might look like.
Yeah. Nice.
Canceled.
Immediately.
Yeah.
You must have hit that on the head too, because
I'm going to bring the Texans
for sure
to Canada.
Put them on to our show.
Yeah.
Always.
No, we're going to set up some shows, I think, in August, September. But I think maybe the last week of September, maybe something Hagersville.
Sure.
Because Hagfest happened 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
That was an odd meeting, though. Well, I'm in a sports bar in the middle of nowhere, and you're sitting at the bar.
I tripped over you there.
Yeah. It was insane.
What the fuck is he doing
It turned into a great night. I don't know how hostile that audience was that night.
Yeah.
But once again, Sam Walker. Did you see Sam before then, or was that the first?
I saw him before then.
Yeah, so that was super weird.
Oh my god.
Yeah, from Niagara Falls. But anyway, do you want to tell people? Because normally people give out their social media, but you don't need to do any of that.
No,
or you
I don't
can.
give a
No,
shit about that,
no, you don't need.
No, I don't need followers.
Stay away from my friends, you fucking weirdos. Dude,
I don't give a shit.
You know that picture I always show everybody to ruin their day of my friend's asshole?
Oh no.
Well, that guy, Boomer Phillips, check him out. I always I help him out. He with the blown ass. Gay gentlemen are constantly messaging him about the size of his anus.
Oh no.
Yeah, so if his relationship falls apart, he's always got a man to come in his ass.
That's great.
It's going to take a bunch of them because that's going to take at least a liter of bull semen just to get it to crown a little bit. Anyway, Happy Easter, everyone. Thanks for being on the show.
Thanks.
We were all over the place, and we're gonna go do some Texan stuff. I'm glad you got a chance to do that hog hunt. Fucking, it with all that hardware and stuff. I'm gonna take a couple of safety classes. I think.
Yeah, I think it would be.
I get giddy.
Oh man, you should. You should.
No, all right.
It was so exciting.
Anyway, thanks for listening, everybody. Thanks for listening. Stuff coming out soon. I'll give you some dates, but always go to my website at jasonrouse.com. And now I'm on TikTok. Fuck. I held out.
Yeah.
I dodged Snapchat.
I haven't even touched it. I just don't need it.
Totally.
I know.
It's so distracting, and it's like
You're 50 years old. Like,
yeah,
that's the thing. Like
even
it's
that
hard, isn't it?
There's some people that have valid information and stuff.
Oh, sure.
But once you get in that lane, do you know those people?
That's where I'd be for sure.
Yeah,
that's where I'd waste my time in that lane.
People that listen to what was the old man radio stations? Anyway, that fucking pill has got me all over the place.
Yeah.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks for having me.
We would like to see most of the human race killed off because it is unworthy. It is unworthy of the gift of life.
I don't care what society thinks. They're nothing anyway. They're no better than me.
Until we hear the safe word, we will not stop.
Have you ever thought what it would be like to see a person's head amputated? Think of things so horrible that the human mind cannot imagine them. See all this and more when you see on stage, in person, that crazy mix-up.
I like being set apart from people. I like to be hated.
Safe word with Jason Rouse.